My curious friends, are you interested to know amazing things about bats? Let's try to know. Here is an interesting question. Do you know how bats are evolved to avoid cancer? Let's explain. Do you know how bats are? Bats are intriguing animals. They're the main warm-blooded creatures that can fly, and they assume an essential part in the climate. In any case, did you had any idea that bats likewise have a wonderful capacity to keep away from disease? Researchers are as yet figuring out how bats make it happen. Yeah, they accept that fast development plays had a key impact. Bats have various hereditary transformations that assist them with fixing DNA harm and smother cancer development. Quite possibly of the most intriguing thing about bats is their high metabolic rate. They need a great deal of energy to fly, and this can create a ton of free revolutionaries. Free revolutionaries are temperamental atoms that can harm DNA, prompting disease. In any case, bats have developed various ways of safeguarding their DNA from free extreme harm. For instance, they have elevated degrees of cell reinforcements, which are synthetic substances that kill free extremists. They likewise have various qualities that are engaged with DNA fix. Another variable that might add to bats' low malignant growth rates is their social way of behaving. Bats live in huge states, and they frequently share food and prepping. This nearby contact assists them with spreading antibodies and other resistant framework cells, which can assist with fending off malignant growth cells. Be that as it may, maybe the main calculate bats' capacity to stay away from malignant growth is their quick advancement. Bats have developed various new qualities that are associated with malignant growth concealment. They have additionally lost or changed a few qualities that are engaged with disease advancement. For instance, bats have various qualities that are associated with apoptosis, or modified cell passing. Apoptosis is an interaction by which harmed cells are eliminated from the body. This assists with keeping malignant growth cells from developing and duplicating. Bats likewise have various qualities that are associated with DNA fix. DNA fix is fundamental for forestalling malignant growth, since it assists with fixing harmed DNA before it can prompt disease. Researchers are as yet figuring out how bats have advanced to stay away from malignant growth, yet their examination is giving important bits of knowledge into the science of disease. This exploration could prompt better approaches to forestall and treat disease in people. Suppose you could eat anything you desired, at whatever point you needed, and never need to stress over getting disease. That is the existence of a bat. Bats are astounding animals. They are the main vertebrates that can fly, and they assume a fundamental part in the climate by eating bugs and pollinating plants. However, did you had any idea that bats likewise have a momentous capacity to keep away from disease? Researchers are as yet attempting to sort out how bats make it happen, yet they accept that it has something to do with their one-of-a-kind science. Bats have an exceptionally elevated ability to burn calories, and that implies that their bodies consume energy rapidly. This can create a ton of free extremists, which are unsteady particles that can harm DNA and lead to disease. Yet, bats have developed various ways of safeguarding their DNA from free extreme harm. For instance, they have elevated degrees of cell reinforcements, which are synthetic compounds that kill free extremists. They likewise have various qualities that are associated with DNA fix. Likewise, bats have an exceptionally powerful invulnerable framework. They live in enormous settlements, and they frequently share food and prepping. This nearby contact assists them with spreading antibodies and other safe framework cells, which can assist with fending off disease cells. Yet, maybe the main calculate bats' capacity to keep away from disease is their fast development. Bats have developed various new qualities that are associated with disease concealment. They have likewise lost or changed a few qualities that are engaged with disease advancement. For instance, bats have various qualities that are associated with apoptosis, or customized cell demise. Apoptosis is an interaction by which harmed cells are taken out from the body. This assists with keeping disease cells from developing and increasing. Bats likewise have various qualities that are associated with DNA fix. DNA fix is fundamental for forestalling malignant growth, since it assists with fixing harmed DNA before it can prompt disease. Researchers are as yet figuring out how bats have developed to keep away from disease, yet their exploration is giving significant experiences into the science of malignant growth. This examination could prompt better approaches to forestall and treat malignant growth in people. In this way, next time you see a bat, pause for a minute to see the value in these astonishing animals. They're not just assisting us with keeping our environments sound, but at the same time they're showing us significant examples about how to battle malignant growth.